Tonight on South West Local News. 10-year anniversary for the regional South West Cancer Centre. More than 50 businesses joined for opening night for Greater Warrnambool. Member for Western Victoria Bev MacArthur visits Warrnambool. And in sport, Tessa Evans proving pivotal in Old Collegians A-grade netball.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is South West Local News.
Good evening and welcome to South West Local News. I'm Matt Baker. A celebration was held on Thursday night to mark 10 years since the opening of the South West Regional Cancer Centre. The centre came on the back of one of the South West's most famous fundraising campaigns, Peter's Project. The project was driven by Vicky Jolly, who was in attendance at the celebration. This stunning community effort went on to form a partnership with South West Healthcare, South West Oncology, Epworth Healthcare and Icon to bring the centre to life.
Vicky, big milestone, 10 years. How's it feel?
Really excited. The 10-year anniversary was celebrated yesterday on July the 16th. Who would have thought we'd get to 10 years? We always wondered if we'd actually get a cancer centre all those years ago. So here we are celebrating this great milestone of 10 years of treatment and community members that had a diagnosis with cancer, didn't have to go away, a majority of them didn't have to go away to Melbourne or Geelong or Ballarat for treatment, and it's been kept local. And there's a variety of treatment up there in that cancer centre. The whole thing is it's owned by the community, and that was the big celebration. Is the community have always had ownership of this, so it was a big milestone to reach.
The inaugural networking event for Greater Warrnambool Group was held on Thursday night at Vida. More than 50 businesses as part of the recent formed Greater Warrnambool Group, with representatives from many of these organisations attending the event. Warrnambool has been without a key business group for over a decade, with Greater Warrnambool expected to fill that void. The formation of the group is timely given the tough economic climate.
Well, it's been great. We were really blown away. More people turned up than we could ever have imagined, and that's fantastic. I'd like to thank the media companies in and around Warrnambool who've just done a brilliant job of promoting it for us. It's just been fantastic. Thank you, Shane.
Member for Western Victoria Bev MacArthur believes her coalition party can govern the state. The former Corangamite Shire councillor was in Warrnambool on Monday as part of the visit from opposition leader Jess Wilson. Ms MacArthur has a senior role in the coalition, serving as its leader in the upper house. In a one-on-one interview with Fitzmedia, Ms MacArthur, who has been in Parliament since 2018, said Victoria was ready for a change.
Bev, you're one of our most high-profile parliamentarians. How do you reckon we're going down here as far as representation, and are we being ignored down this part of the state?
Well, the Labor government doesn't like anybody outside the tram tracks of Melbourne. I'm always making sure that regional Victoria gets a fair share. And for the first time in many years, you've got somebody in the leadership group from regional Victoria. I'm very proud to be part of Jess's leadership team. And first time in the history of the Liberal Party, actually, you've got two women leading the lower house and the upper house of the Victorian Party.
And are you confident that Jess has got her finger on the pulse for what we need down here?
Jess is a superstar. As I said when she first became the leader, she's Victoria's best friend and Jacinda's worst enemy. I'm being proved to be correct.
All right. Anything else you wanted to add?
Well, as you know, Jacinda and the Labor government have put Victoria into the hugest debt in Australia. We've got the highest taxing state, the worst crime in Australia, and we've got corruption that's off the Richter scale. Thanks to the Queensland LNP government for having an inquiry that's exposed $15 billion worth of corruption that's gone to bikie gangs, strippers, criminals. It's outrageous. And of course, I moved in the upper house that we have a Royal Commission. Actually, the crossbench supported it. I also moved the private members bill that would give more powers to IBAC to follow the money, so we get the $15 billion back into Victorians' pockets, hard-earned taxpayers who are doing it so tough. And as the Small Business Shadow Minister, I hear daily how bad small business is in Victoria, how the regulations, the taxes, the crime, on Saturday night, our candidate in Geelong had his piano bar broken into, damaged, money stolen, goods stolen. That's what happens in the CBD of Geelong every day. It's outrageous. It happens in Melbourne, of course, too, but it happens in regional Victoria, and we're going to stop it.
Southwest students could be having a day at home next week if a stalemate between the state government and the union is not broken. The Victorian branch of the Australian Education Union is planning a 24-hour statewide stop work on Thursday, July 23rd, as part of the negotiations with the state government around better pay and conditions. The government is urging the union leadership to call off the planned strike. In a statement from Education Minister Ben Carroll, the government says it is making Victorian teachers, school leaders and education staff the best paid in the country. The union membership says its fight is about more than money, citing better conditions as just as important. These include stopping education funding cuts, reducing class sizes and the expectation of unpaid overtime. The Catholic Church will soon bid farewell to a man who has dedicated almost 50 years of service. Father John Fitzgerald will retire on July 26 after saying his last Mass at St Joseph's. Father Fitzgerald was ordained as a priest in 1978 in Koroit. He has since served all over the world, including a stint in New York City. Since 2004, he has been parish priest at St Joseph's and now the Star of the Sea parish. Father Fitzgerald said it had been a long and rewarding journey.
Father, congratulations on a wonderful career.
Oh, thanks, Anthony. Yes, it's been quite a long one.
Why did you become a priest?
It's a really difficult one because there's no simple answer to that. It was probably, I'd say it was an option because in around Koroit, Killarney, that whole region, quite a few young people, young ladies became religious, many of them. And so it was sort of an option, you know, as you go into a bank, you know, as an assistant there or a teacher or a nurse. So it was an option. I know it isn't today. It's a real big choice today to opt for a minister in the church. But at the time, it was, as I say, it was one of the choices we were given because there was a lot of priests around, and yeah, it was really important that we don't get too churchy. A priest goes beyond one's own community, and it's a bit of a symbol for the church. The church shouldn't be just about itself. The church is part of a larger community.
And tune in on Sunday night for a good chat with Father Fitzgerald. Monitoring wastewater systems now has an updated roadmap for Warrnambool City Council. The new on-site water waste management plan has been accepted by councillors. The new plan will be the guiding document until 2030. Council manages wastewater with 1,000 on-site septic systems operational in the municipality. The plan will ensure monitoring of aged and unregistered systems which may not meet the current standards. There is a risk of these systems leaking and affecting groundwater quality.
It will help us plan for how we manage some of those risks that are associated with septic systems, to make sure that we don't experience any leakage and things getting into the natural environment, which is obviously what we're trying to avoid. Worked in consultation with Warrnambool Water, so I think that's great. So happy to support the plan, and it makes it really clear about what our responsibilities are and what some of those key risks are that we need to be aware of. We need the community to be aware of.
Ratepayer feedback has provided a drop in the Warrnambool City Council's Community Satisfaction Survey results for the last 12 months. The overall rating for the council dropped 6 points to 52, well below the state average of 58. Spending public funds came in at just 43, down from 50 the year before and 8 points below the state average. Ratepayers were also critical of the general direction of the council, with rating dropping from 51 to 46. There was some good news, with key services such as the library with 82 points and the art gallery on 63 recording strong scores. Mayor Ben Blaine acknowledged the results were disappointing.
We had the community satisfaction survey. So the community satisfaction survey results this year were a little bit down on last year, which was disappointing. And councillors were, very accepting of that. It's a really clear message from the community that we really want to be doing better to make sure that we're getting that messaging out there on all the things that council actually does, things that council doesn't do, and making sure that when it comes to, community decision making and information, that we're getting it out there to the community. So we're going to keep working hard to try and make it better, to make sure that we can have better results for next year's community satisfaction survey. There were some really good parts of the community satisfaction survey. Library waste collection were really high, which was really, really great. Some of the lower ones were somewhere around traffic management, community decision making, and the direction of council. So we're going to make sure that we have a really good look at that and make sure that we can address and make sure we can improve those results into the next year. Just a view of the community at that point in time that they'd like to see more direction from council, and they don't think it was as good as it was the previous year. So it's something that we will have to work on over the next 12 months. It's not a direct insult, it's really clear feedback, and it's something that we're really happy to be working on because we want to make it better. We want to make sure that Warrnambool is the best city it can be, and we want to make sure our residents are happy and really engaged in what council actually does.
The Warrnambool Showgrounds will be the location for the Winter Double Up this weekend. 2 events will run side by side this Saturday at the Showgrounds from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The Rotary Club of Warrnambool will be holding a car boot sale, while a Rust and Relics show and shine will also be held. Organisers for both events can be contacted if you wish to enter a vehicle in either section. Food vans, market stalls and kids' activities will also be operating. A group of friends came together on Wednesday for a special celebration. The occasion was Christmas in July, with the gathering happening at the Warrnambool RSL. The group of friends, all partners of service veterans, meet weekly for a catch-up, while the men and women usually join together for a chat, but Wednesday was all about the ladies. Marie Haberfield explains the day was a fun tradition.
Just having a Christmas in July with all the ladies that we catch up with every Friday night and have drinks with our husbands every Friday night. Just the ladies having a Christmas in July luncheon. Got Santa coming, yes. Santa's going to give out some presents if we're good. And if we're not good, we miss out. They put a beautiful spread on. We have nibble pies, sausage rolls, quiches, fish platters, scones and cream, and we have focaccias. Yeah, lots of food. Very good, catered for very well. I just to get together and have a bit of fun, and we all just get dressed up and a bit of a laugh, and of course a few drinks. Got to have a few drinks.
That's all in general news. After the break, we'll return with sport and weather. Back soon.
We use the Ridley team, make a phone call, I get high quality advice. We tend to have 6 weekly visits from the team where we do a full farm walk and herd health check. They check in on production and the feeding rate. It's something I don't have to worry too much about because I'm always comfortable that they will have it under control. The feed that comes out of Ridley's fully confident every day of the year that it's high quality grain or pellets.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Hi, it's Rob from the Vet Group. Heifers are the future of a dairy herd, and the Vet Group is here to help your heifers meet their potential, whether that's by monitoring worm egg counts or mineral levels, or designing a vaccination calendar to help prevent infectious disease. Our techs and vets can make things easier for you on farm by weighing heifers, assisting in synchrony programs, and teat sealing heifers to prevent mastitis at calving. The Vet Group, making herd care easy.
At ASAP Local Plumbing, we know that when it comes to your home or business, you need a team that gets the job done right the first time. From expert hot water system installations to full septic tank and drainage solutions, we handle the heavy lifting so you don't have to. We're your go-to, trusted professionals for water quality and filtration. Get in touch today to book a quote or visit our website. ASAP Local Plumbing, your local plumbing experts.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back, and first making news in sport, defender Tessa Evans is proving to be an ace in the pack for the Old Collegians A-grade netball team. In her first season for the Warriors, Evans has become a key part of the team's defence, mainly playing as goalkeeper. Evans and her teammates have a big test tomorrow when they come up against reigning premiers Maryvale. Warriors coach Sarah Quinn said the addition of Evans has been an important part of the team's development.
Okay, so she's obviously an incredibly tall, talented goalkeeper. She's come to the club new this year in 2026. She's actually moved here from Queensland. She followed her current boyfriend back down to this way. And previously to that, she's played state stuff in her junior years with in Queensland and New South Wales. So she'd had a few years off before joining us, and she's been a great asset so far. Played every game. Clearly very talented and very tall. Makes my job easy as a coach. And she slotted really well in with the group. It's been really nice to see.
North Warrnambool Eagles coach Nathan Vardy has signed with Wanderers Football Club in Darwin for the upcoming summer season. The West Coast Eagles premiership player is in the middle of another Hampton League season with the North Warrnambool Eagles. North are unbeaten on the top of the ladder, with Vardy having led them to their first ever premiership last season. Vardy also coached the Hampton under-23 team to an interleague victory this season. Tirrandarra will get another chance to book its place in the Western Victorian Female Football League Grand Final this Sunday. South Warrnambool proved too strong for Tirrandarra last week, with the Roosters going straight into the season decider. Tirrandarra will now play the Hamilton Kangaroos in the preliminary final at Koroit. The Kangaroos defeated Cavendish in last week's elimination final. Warrnambool's Jaden Brown and his Australian teammates this week saluted a major international tournament. The Australians won the Toronto Invitational Wheelchair Basketball Tournament. The tournament saw the Aussies up against the USA, Italy and Canada. The Aussies lost just one game to the USA, but bounced back to beat that opponent in the last match of the tournament. This victory gave Australians the gold medal. Now looking into the forecast, up to 14 degrees today in Warrnambool with a patchy morning fog. Today ended up being a mostly sunny afternoon, light winds throughout most of the day and winds approaching from the northwest. After the break, we'll head to the forecast. Back shortly.
Lava Street Veterinary Clinic on Raglan Parade is a caring, family-run clinic offering exceptional care at affordable prices. We're the only clinic in Warrnambool dedicated to small animals: paws, feathers, scales and fins. For over 40 years, our family tradition has been our commitment to your pet's wellbeing. With a purpose-built facility and the latest technology, we provide gold standard care. From community de-sexing days to special offers each month, experience the difference at Lava Street Veterinary Clinic.
Hi, Ben Cunnington here. When it comes to looking after my property, there's one place I trust, Bell's Garden Centre. They stock ride-on mowers from Ferris, Ariens and Country Clipper, plus small power equipment from Victor, Super Swift, Echo, Shindaiwa and Greenworks. With over 60 years combined servicing experience, they'll keep your gear running right. And it's not just machinery. Bells have everything for your garden, from giftware and pots to bird baths and concrete features. They even deliver anywhere across the southwest. So if you want the best for your yard, head to Bell's Garden Centre. They've got you covered.
George Taylor Stores. 3 stores and astonishing range of products. Clothing, accessories, beanies, gloves, hats and belts. Brands like Bisley, Yakka and Ridgeline. Plus the largest range of boots and gumboots in the region. George Taylor Stores.
At Solomon's Flooring, Terry has installed carpet for his mum and is giving the chance for another mum to win a voucher for $2,000. Carpet, tiles, blinds and much more. Yes, $2,000 to give away. See our Facebook page for details. National Tiles, Solomon's Flooring and Blinds, 1050 Raglan Parade.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
The southwest is experiencing cold and partly cloudy conditions with a high chance of morning fog. Temperatures across the district remain brisk, with overnight lows dipping to 4 degrees. Now further into the forecast. In Port Fairy, tomorrow is a partly cloudy day, is expected with a top of 15 and a chance of morning fog. Similar conditions on Sunday with light winds approaching northerly, Monday topping at degrees with overnight temperatures falling to 4. Mortlake aren't expecting any rain for the day ahead. Temperatures sitting around 14 degrees with partly cloudy coverage, morning fog to start the days ahead. Cloudy coverage in Colac and Camperdown with a top of 14 degrees with a chance of morning fog. On Sunday, top of 13 degrees with a mostly sunny afternoon and light winds, with a partly cloudy with light winds on Monday with a top of 13 degrees. Along the coast in Port Campbell, topping 14 degrees with a mostly sunny day and a chance of morning fog. Light winds are approaching from the north. Partly cloudy day on a Sunday with morning fog in the east, top of 14 degrees. On Monday, a nice change with a mostly sunny day, topping at 15. Shifting to the coast of Warrnambool, 15 tomorrow, expecting a partly cloudy day on Sunday with a top of 14 degrees and light winds. And to start the week on Monday, a partly cloudy day with light winds throughout the afternoon. That's it from your South West Local News team. Thanks for tuning in either online or on the podcast or 3-Way FM. If you've missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand at southwestlocalnews.com.au. Until Monday, good night with peace.